Hi, welcome back. You guys have finished making your fish. I've put them in the kiln. They've been fired and now they are really hard. They are now a ceramic piece. They are still fragile, so always use two hands to hold on to these while you're carrying them around the room. So the first thing we want to do is we want to take our oil pastels and we want to make these fish really bright and colorful. So if I wanted to do my fish like our rainbow fish, I might start with the blue. Now when I'm pushing on here, I'm pushing pretty hard. So I want to keep my fish angled so that it's flat on the table, which means I have to hold it with this side and kind of tilt it around since these are fish bowls. Sometimes we do these flat instead, so you just have to make sure it stays nice and steady on your table. I'm going to do my light blue color first here, and then I might turn them around and do some light blue on the back half. And as you can see when I use my oil pastels on here, it starts to show that texture pattern that we put in there a lot, doesn't it? And you want to push pretty firm with these so that it really shows up. And I might change my color over to red for the next part of my fish. And some people like to do polka dot patterns, some people like to fill in the middles. I kind of like to go around this way. Let's see, find a yellowy orange. I like this rainbow pattern myself. We're going to go back over here. You can see where I bump into the blue a little bit, it turns green because our yellow and our blue make a green color. Let's see, ooh, I like pink's a good one. I'm going to come in with pink. Again, you guys can do stripes, you can do circle bullseyes kind of like this one. It's completely up to you. I'm going to do a little thin layer of purple. Not a lot, because we're going to use black on top of this, so I want to try and stick with the brighter colors. Here's a really bright yellow to finish off the middle. I'll swirl that around in there pretty hard. And then I also want to do the edges of my fish. I'm going to turn them sideways and work on some of those edges. This part's a little curvy, it's kind of tricky to get in there. You can do it. There we go. Those little fingers in there. Yours are much smaller than mine, so it'll be easier for you to do this. You notice I'm doing it on the side of the oil pastel. That makes this part a lot easier to do. And then I also want to do the back. And I'm going to turn it on the side and push really hard on the back to cover lots of space. Some people like to do polka dots on the back or stripes again. I might add some of those in after I finish this part. And again, be careful you don't push too hard. You don't want to break your fish. But I am pushing firm. I'm holding with my other hand so my fish doesn't slide all over the place. You can see he wants to slide. And then sometimes people do polka dots back here just to give it a little something extra fun to look at. Maybe some on this side. There we go. And I might add another little color in there just to make it look peppy and fun. There we go. Like that. Very cool. Turn it back over, check this side. There's still a lot of gaps on this side, so I'm going to go back one more time just to make sure I have this filled in as much as I can. Maybe go on top of some of the colors if I think they look a little dark. But I do want a pretty thick coating on here. Like that. Because then for the next part, we're going to put away our oil pastels so they don't get in the way. We're going to take our black tempera paint. So this is just black tempera paint mixed with water, about 50-50. And I'm going to cover this whole fish. Now you're thinking, oh, Mrs. C, you're covering up all the colors. That's okay, because remember when we had our little lesson on how oil and water doesn't mix? Well, tempera paint is water-based, and it's mixed with water. And our oil pastels are oil-based. They're mixed with oil. So when I take this over to the sink and rinse it off in just a second, you're going to see what happens. I'm going to put this all back here. And you notice I'm getting all the pieces of my fish. I'm totally covering it up. Even the little edges, all around the edges here. And you might want to put some newspaper or paper underneath your desk because this part gets a little messy. And your hands are going to get messy. Sorry to say it, kiddos, but yes, you will have to hold on to the painted areas while you're doing this, which is okay. It all washes off. I'm going to check all around those edges. All right, and I'm going to take it to the sink and wash it off and bring it back. So, we're over at the sink. Here's what it's going to look like when we rinse this off with some cool water. Check it out. Any place that I didn't have the oil pastel is going to turn black. Any place that I did have the oil pastel stays that color. Check that out. So it's going to give me a nice background. I'm gently rubbing, not too hard because I don't want to scrub all the black off. And I don't want to mess up my oil pastels, but I don't want it to be super slimy. And if I turn it over and I rinse it, check that out. How cool is that, you guys? This is one of my favorite painting projects because now all those white spaces are gone and I just have a beautiful colored fish with black. Now we're going to let it dry, and the next time I see you, we're going to paint it with some Mod Podge or glue to really seal this in together so it's more water.